Derrick, this offseason, not only did you have to focus on rehabbing a season-ending injury, you had to look forward to free agency.
Yeah.
How did you balance those two really big moments?
I kind of just focus at one thing at a time, the rehab thing, because without being healthy, there is no going there. I mean, not saying I'm not going to a team, but there is no free agency. That didn't play a huge part. So my biggest key was to get healthy in order for teams and stuff to want me. So, but like I said, I always knew where I wanted to be, and that was exactly right here. And I'm so glad that it worked out. So.
There are some big numbers ahead of Derrick Barnes' contract right now, but there's a human and there's a family behind that as well.
Yes.
In what ways does this impact the Barnes family?
My wife can get whatever she wants, I guess. Now, no, I'm just kidding. But it's just a huge blessing, and aside of the money, it's just love to see how excited and proud my wife is of me. It's amazing. My whole family, my mom, my dad, my siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and like I feel like I accomplished something, outside of football, kind of in some sort of way. Just to be able to just chase my dreams and see the people around me be happy about it, it means the world to me, and it allows. And this is why what I do is because I put a lot of smiles on a lot of people's faces, and they're super proud of me, especially considering where I come from. So
after your rookie year, we just saw you gradually improve every single season, and then week 3, 2024, it just comes to an abrupt halt.
Yeah.
How did you manage all the emotions that came with that?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I struggled my first 2 weeks, sitting back watching my team play on TV, and there's nothing I can do about it. Even though we were winning, there's nothing I could do out there, go out there and help them. That killed me. But honestly, I tell people this story all the time. It was like a weird moment, like that week for some reason, I just kind of felt like my faith was going to be tested for some way, somehow. I don't know if it was football, something happened in my family. I just had like a weird feeling. I prayed on it a lot, and kind of right when it happened, like as I'm on the ground grabbing my knee, and I'm like, something in the back of my head was just like, it's going to be okay. And like that kind of like, and I got into the locker room that day, and I kind of was like, felt a little bit better about the situation because I knew it was just, God tested my faith, and prayed a lot, and ended up, getting extremely blessed to be able to come back here and play again for Detroit Lions. It's amazing. I love the city, I love the people, I love the coaches, and this was literally the only place I wanted to be. So. How
much more do you appreciate football?
Oh, it's crazy. Like I made a comment about it, gave me kind of the Tom Brady effect, kind of can't get away from football. Like it really made me appreciate the game a lot more. And I feel like I did. I know I love football, I love the game, but that right there made me realize like this game could be taken from you any moment. So you have to give it your all, and tomorrow's not promised when it comes to football, even life. So I'm super excited to get back on the field, and I'm going to leave everything out there because, like I said, it can be taken from you at any given moment. So you have to cherish each and every moment for sure. You
called Detroit home. Your family's putting roots down here.
Yes.
Why do you love it so much? Why this team?
When you see, I love when something was built from ground up, and that's just the story of Detroit itself. Seeing what we have built here is something special. Going from 3-13 to almost going to the Super Bowl is amazing, and that's within 3 years. Just what Brad and Dan has built, the people they have put in front of me, the teammates they put in front of me, the coaches they have put in front of me, it's been amazing. Like there's no place like home, seriously. Man, being in that locker room means a lot to me. I start, sitting back thinking like, could I be anywhere else? Like, what would that look like for me? And I just could not picture it at all. It was no thought in my moment like, how am I gonna make this friend? I just don't, those thoughts just couldn't, it didn't transpire in my head. So I knew that Detroit was the only place I could be and the only place I wanted to be, so.
So no consideration of any other team?
None at all.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of coaches, you've been in Kelvin Shepard's linebacker room for the last 4 seasons. Now he's DC. What impact did he have on Brad Holmes signing you back here to the Lions?
I'm pretty sure a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was so funny. I came in here one day right before I left, and he was kind of like making it known, like, I gotta have my guy back, like screaming down the hallway. And if you know Shep, that's him. But man, he has really, and I always tell him, like, I think you revived my career, honestly, because my first few years, I felt like, and it's the honest truth, first few years, I didn't love football as much as I do now, especially when he started coaching me. Everything just felt harder for me. And it really made me sit back and think like, man, is football really for me? And kind of, I wouldn't say depression, but I kind of was like, man, I don't know if I can go through this for 8 to 10 years of how long I wanted to play. And man, he just revived that. Being in that room with Shep was amazing. A guy who knows the game, a guy who is passionate about it the same way I am, a guy who knows how to coach young players and develop young players into becoming great. And he just installed something in me that wanted me to go out and just give it my all for him. Amazing coach, man. I can sit there and have any conversation with him, whether it's football, things outside of football, and you know, I look at him like a big brother. He looks at me like a little brother. So that relationship is insane, and I could call him for anything, and like, I want to continue to build that. And it meant so much to me to see him get, you know, one of his dream jobs, and you know, and I believe that one day he will be a head coach. He's gonna get his dream job. So no, and like I said, everybody got to start from somewhere, and he deserves it more than anybody. And I'm super excited to see what he has in place for us. And I know it's going to be amazing. I know the guys are going to buy in, and you know, like I said, his passion, the way he cares about us is amazing, and that is what is going to allow us to be a great defense this year. So.
What excites you most about him having the headset on and making the defensive play calls this season?
Because I feel like he was always vocal on the field. I feel like he always, and this is the truth. This is how smart and intelligent he is, and what he knows, and how much he studies the game. When I didn't play and I stood behind Shep and watched how he coached and how he operated on the field, and this him just being a linebacker coach, probably 95% of the time he would literally call the offensive play. It would be it almost every time. And there's no joke, it kind of like, not shocked me because I know he studied his game and I know how much he loves it, but I stood behind him and watched him literally call the game of what the offense was gonna do. Run, pass, boot, like he always was right. It might be one or two times he wasn't, but it was same formation, everything. Man, the love, I'm pretty sure he's putting in work right now, and that's what I love. A guy coach who's just passionate about it, and that's all our coaches here. Like I said, that's one of my biggest decisions of wanting to come back here, because you don't get a group of guys like this, from the training staff to the strength and conditioning staff to the coaches to, you know, Brad and Dan and all those guys and Sheila. Like, you don't get all those great pieces in one, and I just couldn't get away from that at all. Mm-hmm. So.
When do we see DB on the field next?
I'm cleared. I'm good. I'm ready to go. OTAs, I'll be here. Camp, I'll be here. It feels good to be able to go through a whole off season healthy. So no, I'm excited. So.